What up, YouTube? Back at it again. We are getting to some requests here. Linda, appreciate the support. Yeah, this one comes from Patreon. So I always say the best way to get me is on Patreon. I'm not lying when I say that. Yet I still get tons of requests and comments, and weirdly, I can't do any of them because there's so many. I do read the comments though, so I do appreciate your comments and your support. We're looking at Dan Vasc. This is Fairy Tale. This is Andre Matos, I believe, right? He was a lead singer for Shaman and Angra, a couple metal bands. He's Brazilian, right? He passed away in 2019, unfortunately, at the young age of 48. So rest in peace. This is called Fairy Tale. I don't know that I've heard this. I don't think I have. So what we're doing right now is a comparison. We're going to compare an older Dan, an older, well, it depends on how you take that. An older Dan, which we'll do later, or an older version, a younger Dan. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna compare a younger Dan today to I'll do an older version. I'll do a newer version of this with an older version of Dan later. Jesus, it's too early for this, guys. 1 second. This is 12 years ago. All right, so we have a much younger Dan. We go full name Dan. Vasconcelos. Cool. Like I said, I don't know the song. I don't think. Fairy Tale. I didn't pre-listen to anything. I just looked up. I looked up where it came from, and yeah, Andre Matos, Brazilian, Angra, Shaman, and Viper. Okay. Hold on a second. This is my volume is messed up. No, my volume's not messed up. This is recorded very quietly. We'll boost it a little bit. So I'll start that over.
Fairy lady who stands at the walls. Life is short and wait is long. The stars are waiting at the dawn.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna get this right if I'm gonna do this. She's just way too quiet on the audio on this recording. So we're gonna give ourselves a lot more room to play with here.
Fairy lady who stands at the walls. Life is short and wait is long. The stars are waiting at the dawn. Fairy lady who stands on the walls. Your tale has only begun. It comes from far the nowhere land. The wind is blowing the sound of dawn. Fairy lady, your love is long gone. Hear my soul and hear my cry.
Interesting. You hear his toolkit. It's missing a little bottle of polish, but in a couple, like, just right away. But like, you hear everything. You hear his toolkit. That's cool. I wasn't expecting that. I'm looking over here, guys. If you see me going back, I'm just reading the lyrics. It reads like a fairy tale. You could throw that on one of the many versions of Shrek.
Console as good as you wish. Lady, lady, the horses are there, bringing joy and happiness. But all of a sudden, the horses are gone. It was only the sound of your heartbeat alone. Oh, darling, hear my soul, hear my cry. 'Cause all my crying may flood an ocean in my heart. Oh, life is good. Oh, life is good. Oh, well, life is good, as good as a kiss.
I was just gonna say this needs like a fiddle, um, or excuse me, a flute, not a fiddle. It could use a fiddle too, but a flute. This reminds me of like the fairy tale. If you think of like sort of like your fantasy fairy tale, sort of set in the past type old school, but like fantasy type, like the scene in Game of Thrones where I think Ed Sheeran has a cameo where they're just sitting around singing, and I think Arya comes down this dirt path or whatever. I could be wrong, but like that, just just some dudes that have some swords laying down and they're just drinking some booze. We'll call it ale, just to be right with the time, right? Drinking their ale and just singing songs. I kind of this has that kind of vibe to it. He's now when I said like missing a little polish in the toolkit, I didn't mean his vocals. I meant sort of the how the audio is being presented. It's tough. He's in a it looks like he's in a bedroom. So this isn't full professional studio production. So we can't fault him for that. But he sounds great. He sounds great. And this is a long time ago. So it's cool when you have a gift and you go back and you see it, as a youngster, and you see everything that's there. You can see it at a young age, and then you see something later, and then all you're really doing is kind of rounding some corners here and there and buying better equipment, right? Or getting in front of the right people. But it's a lot of these gifts are just God given. It's albeit he did learn a lot from what I understand.
skies were sent. He's turning to sparks that shine with the stars. And by night he will always be there for his lady to stand and the seas never die.
No, that was great. You know what we're gonna do? Screw it. We're gonna run right into the next one. I was gonna wait a day. Um, this is gonna be loud, by the way. We got 3 dance. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think I said my piece on that. I love the song. The keys on that, very reminiscent of those kind of, fairy tale esque. Kind of what I described. Sort of, you can get like Renaissancey or medieval type vibes, even like the more Renaissancey actually. The like the dun, 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 like it's very it mimics a certain kind of time period, the way that melody goes. That melodies like that have been used in a lot of that type of that used within the context of song with that type of thing. But I dig that song. Long, but I dig the song. So on this version, to note, there's, let's see, the second version. It includes a Latin intro blessing that Shaman used for the original. Okay, so the original has a blessing. Jesus Salvador Mundi, tuis famulis veniquas. Oh Jesus, Savior of the world, deliver thy servants whom by the precious. So basically, Dan rewrote the wording, but rewrote. It looks like. He rewrote the wording from starts with oh Jesus, Savior of the world. Instead of deliver the servants whom, he rewrote I have delivered to your servant. And instead of by the precious blood, he went your precious blood twice, repeated it. And then instead of thou hast redeemed, he rewrote redeem your servant. So this is post, from what I understand, post some schooling and whatnot, and probably a lot of your training that dealt with Latin, just in song and vernacular and whatnot. So wanted to note that as well. But let's dive in. We've got, I'm gonna make this long. Let's go. I'm not gonna pause this too much.
Salvator mondi, tue familis venir, vos precioso sanguine, vos.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause this real quick. I think my audio is messed up. All right, I may have fixed it. I had a. Sorry, we'll see how this goes.
Vos precioso sanguine redemisti.
So we're layering now. So that was the Latin that I was talking about. Obviously.
The stars away, dim with the dawn. Fairy lady who stands on the walls, your tale has only begun.
that transition was it seemed a lot more controlled. Again, rounding edges, polish.
It's long gone.
Breath control, holding out notes, night and day.
Life is good. Oh, life is good. Oh, life is good. As good as you wish. Pretty lady, the horses are red, bringing joy and happiness. But all of a sudden the horses are gone. It was only the sound of your heartbeat alone. Oh, darling, hear my soul and hear my cry.
Yeah, it's very different. You just it's like I said, the first version was really good because you saw all the talent. Now it's just everything's just it, everything is it's smooth. It's just going from note to note, little nuances. Everything just got polished. And the difference in like just breath control I just mentioned is nuts. Just because like when you're doing like a scream song, sort of like when you're holding that out, that type of note, that's a lot of air. So to be able to control, and have reserves, that's practice and learning. Because you exhaust that, and you saw that like with the initial version of this, the notes weren't weren't held out near as consistent, and as long.
Life is good. Oh, life is good. Oh, life is good. As good as a kiss.
The high is a lot more refined too. There's my flute. Hold on a second. I'm sorry, he's about to let loose. You could tell because he went stank face. Watch his face. He went Dan the villain in a Disney movie. Yes.
My tears have dried.
Facial expression, emoting, vocals aside, which were outstanding. That whole sequence there, but it adds to a performance. It really does when you're looking at somebody who's like even if he wasn't like when you look at somebody who's putting that much into it and they look like they're putting that much into it. Emoting is a thing. You people are visual. We grab a hold of what we're looking at, not just what we're listening to.
Little lady, your tale has an end. For your love to the skies was sent. He's turned into sparks that shine with a star. And by night he will always be there for his lady to stare, and thus he's never died.
Hey my friends, that was one more re-recording of an old cover here on the channel. If you don't know, I already recorded this cover 6 years ago. I will link it on the description below. I've been working very hard on my singing since then. Hopefully you will find that there was some improvement. Hey, I have a question for you, and I want you to think hard about this one. Tell me one thing that you do today a lot better than 6-7 years ago. Let me know in the comment section below. My friends, I hope to see you next time. Meanwhile, here's a couple more videos for you to watch. Have yourselves an epic day.
I'm a little better at YouTube than 6 years ago. I'm certainly not better looking. All right. All right. So I don't want to. We're looking at 25 minutes staring it right in the face. Fantastic. That was you definitely notice. But again, like the talent was all there, and first version was still great. Second version, vocals were better. It's not little nuances that go a long way. I'll put it that way. You to have like you could blow somebody away with the vocals in the first one that have never heard Dan or whatever. Like whoa, this dude's got some raw talent. And then the second one, it's like whoa, this dude figured out how to refine that raw talent because it's a lot less raw. It's a lot more polished. So, and then it does help proper the ability to proper equipment and software and stuff like that makes a difference as well with recording. I'm hoping my audio turned out. I'm sorry if it got a little weird there. I did my last video with headphones and it likes to toggle weird sound settings on its own. So anyways, no, that was fantastic. Really cool seeing that transformation there. So thank you, Linda, for that. Let me know what you guys think down below. Definitely drop a comment. Honestly, I was trying to pay a lot of attention to the vocals and the differences. I think the meaning of this was probably lost on me. It's a fairy tale. Fairy tale of the stars of your tale has only begun. The wind is blowing. The sound of oh, darling, hear my soul in head cry. Feel me crying. Yeah, all right. It's a fairy tale. For this lady to stare, and thus he's never died. So I'm not going to break apart lyrics and meaning because A, it's a little vague because it's a fairy tale, and B, I wasn't really paying a whole lot of attention to that. But anyways, cool. Go support Dan. Please go like and subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate it very much down below. And have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Go check some merch out. It's in the shop. Also linked down below. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next.